I'm Tawny.
And I'm Mike.
And we live in a Skoolie named Oliver. So when you first walk in, there's a shelving area. It's got some hooks for keys, other things that we grab for regularly when we're walking in and out. At the bottom, there's also hooks for our shoes because otherwise it gets really cluttered on the stairs. We also have hooks for our coats over by the driver's seat. When we're parked for long periods of time, we actually have faux wall panels that we stick up. They insulate and help keep the heat/cold in or out, depending on what season we're in. And they also are just kind of decorative. So when we're parked for long periods of time, it makes this area of the bus feel a lot more like an actual room and a lot less like a driver's seat. At the front of the bus is also one of my favorite features of the bus, the hook for our hammock chair. When it's not in use, it's stored over here beside the driver's seat. When we're parked, we can pop it up and have extra seating for our living room. So we've lived in Oliver since May of 2019. We bought him in May 2018. It took us a year to convert. It probably would have been a shorter time, except that we were also selling off our business and everything else we owned at the same time. And then we've lived full-time in Oliver for almost 2 years now.
In here is our living room, and our couch is made from repurposed wood that we got from a friend's old deck. And underneath the couch are baskets for storage. I have my art supplies down there, electronics, things like that. And right here is a table that comes out and folds out. It's really nice. We can use it inside or we can take it outside. On this side of the room, we have our steam trunk chest here, which we picked up secondhand, and it stores tons like herbs and things like that. And then we have our bookshelf, which we're probably going to have to expand here real soon. Our TV that pulls out and swivels so that the whole room can see it. And finally, we have our mantle, which actually folds out into another bed.
I would say we spend the most amount of our time in the bus in the living area, which is both the living room and the kitchen. That's obviously where we do all of our cooking, and that's where I work and when we're relaxing watching TV.
So this is my personal favorite room of the house, our kitchen. We put a lot of attention and time into this room because we knew how important it would be whether we were traveling or parked. It's the heart of our home and a lot happens here. So the refrigerator and the stove were a mismatched set. We found them secondhand, a few coats of metallic rose gold paint, and they became a matching set. Above the stove is an open herb shelf. Makes it really easy to just grab things, unscrew it, use it, and put it back up there. The counters we did with an Ardex feather finish concrete. Same look as poured concrete without the additional weight. It's done on an L-shaped bank of cabinets. We did L-shaped because A, we wanted a breakfast nook, and B, we wanted the most under cabinet storage space that we could possibly have. On the other side of the kitchen, there is an open pantry style shelving system. Again, makes it really easy while I'm cooking to grab something out, use it, and throw it right back. And there's also a magnetic spice rack above the refrigerator.
On this side of the kitchen, behind the counter is a breakfast nook where we have stools that we can sit up and eat lunch, or sometimes I work back here. We also have the stove right behind me, which has been amazing, especially in Montana's cold winters. Right now, we're up in the mountains, and at night it gets really cold, and this fireplace keeps us warm. Beneath the fireplace, there's a built-in box for wood, which holds about 2 to 3 days worth of firewood, depending on how cold it is. And finally, back behind me, there's the side door, which is incredibly convenient for loading firewood right into the side of the bus where the stove is.
I don't know if I can honestly say that I have a favorite part of the bus. We were able to customize it completely, and there's really not a whole lot about it that I would change, and I honestly just love every aspect of it.
I think there's a few standout features on it that I'm particularly fond of, like not walling off our back window the way that a lot of people do and leaving that open as a window seat instead. Or our hammock chair up in the front. There's certain features that I really like about our bus, but I can't say that there's one specific thing that is my favorite. So this is our bathroom. It's actually a pretty good size for a Skoolie bathroom. We did one wet room styled room as opposed to doing the aisle down the center split bathroom. In this room, there is a composting toilet, a basin style sink, some shelving that holds the things that we grab quick, our shower, and we actually have a tub in here as well. This room has actually been through a few redesigns, 2 big ones since we moved in here. Initially, I didn't think that I would want a bathtub, but once we were on the road, I realized I really missed having a good long soak. And then we remodeled it again because we had a tub that was built in And we wanted more space in the bedroom. We didn't like the built-in tub, so we took that out, added space to our bedroom, and now we have a wine barrel tub, which is really nice because I can also bring it outdoors and use it outdoors when we're out in the wild.
Well, once upon a time, we owned a business and a big home and a new car, and we had like the whole American dream thing going on, and we were really miserable. Like, we didn't really like it.
We spent 60 hours a week at work at least, being able to afford the dream that we thought we were supposed to have.
And so one day we just suddenly kind of looked at each other like, what are we doing? That's actually why our account is titled Since We Woke Up, because we feel like that was the day we woke up and started living the life we actually wanted to live, as opposed to the one we were told that we should want to live.
This is my favorite room of the bus, and it actually is a room. It's everything that you'd want in your bedroom. We have an amazing bed, and behind me, right by the window, there's a reading nook, and then we have our computer where we can watch movies and TV series, usually The Office, while we fall asleep at night. And right above me is the hatch, which leads up to our roof deck. Because of the engine block of the bus, we were kind of forced to build our bed up on a platform, which actually worked out really well because underneath our bed, we have a ton of storage. Right behind me, or below me, I should say, is our 3 giant drawers that hold all of me and Tawny's clothes except for what's in front of me, which are all hung up on hangers. And then to my right, there's a giant chest which we use to hold scarves and winter clothing and anything else that we need storage for.
The most common question we're asked is whether or not we're happy living this lifestyle, and if not, what we would change and how we would live differently. And honestly, this is the happiest I can recall ever being, between when we lived in an apartment, when we owned a gym and had a 3-story house. I can't remember a time when I felt more free and more in control of my own life than right now.